Hello, my name is Timothy, and I want to tell you first and foremost, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you've received the link to this video, then you've been asked to be part of this grassroots movement called Honest Conversation. So give me a quick moment to tell you what Honest Conversation is and the heart behind it. I'm originally from North Carolina. I have had my fair share of racism and ignorance and bigotry. I've been able to travel around the nation, travel on the road, and experience diverse people groups and cultures, lifestyles, religions, and creeds. And I have been on a mission, man, to help heal America because there is a in the world, but there's been just a mad level of ignorance and hate. You take a quick moment to turn on the news, to scroll through social media, and you will see someone being loud and wrong at the same time regarding various different people groups, lifestyles, and more. I believe people's worldview can be impacted by interaction. Right, so many people are yelling from the soapboxes of their own tables, yelling from talking head points that they have adopted from a stranger on the news, but they have never broke bread with someone that they have demonized most of their life just because an official, a movie, a stereotype, or stigma told them to do so. So I wrote this book called Honest Conversations. It also comes in a company journal, and I have it in English, and currently have them in Spanish as well. And it's currently being translated in Creole, and I'm working on various different kind of languages. And I know what I'm about to say may sound so simplistic, and you're like, man, what can that do? But I believe it takes man a little bit of momentum to create a wave. And once the waves are going, then I believe people are gonna grab surfboards to ride it. There needs to be the intentionality of connecting to people again. And so I wrote Honest Conversations to hope that people will be able to sit down and have true, authentic, engaging conversations in within this particular framework. But let me, before I get into the details, let me tell you what this book is not. This is not a book where I'm setting people up to debate each other. There's enough of that. This is not a book where I'm trying to equip religious people to put someone in a corner until they do what they do and say what they say. This is not a book where I am centering myself. This is a book where I am creating a framework. So I have created a framework. So hopefully there can be people that will sit down and have courageous, honest, discovering, fun conversations where we can confront maybe some of the inward biases or stereotypes. We can go to place of discovery, or people, as people have the courage to share their own lived experience and allow people to step inside their culture. Right. And so, anyway, so Honest Conversation is an acronym. It stands for honor, observant, nice, empathetic, sincere, and teachable. Right. And so I'll be honest with you, the word actually should be kind, not nice. But if I use the word kind, it will jack up my acronym. But niceness and kindness are two completely different things. Niceness is could be very manipulative and performative. Kindness is intentional, even when the conversation is strong. So, anyways, I talk about this in the book. So my goal is that, hey, that let's say there's someone who from someone who wears a hijab, right? And someone from the Midwest, and they're like, "Hey, I have love in my heart. I want to know you, not for an agenda, not for talking head points, not to tee off on you, but I know that there's beauty in humanity, and I want to be, I want." To have a safe place to have these engaging conversations so my life will be impacted and your life can be impacted as well. So the H stands for honor. So that means when we sit down, I'm going to honor you. O means I'm be observant. That means you actually have to be present, active listening skills, not being on your phone and not dissing, not being present, but not being there, but not present mentally. I'm gonna be nice, rather kind. I'm gonna display kindness to you, right? I'm gonna display empathy, right? It's pointless to have a conversation with someone already who's determined to have a calloused heart. I'm gonna display empathy. I'm gonna be sincere, and lastly, I'm going to be teachable. Okay. And so this is the framework that I want these conversations to happen. And then but someone needs to read this book in its entirety. It's a very simple read. It was challenging to write because I'm trying to make it so simplistic, but drive all the points home. But after they read these books, read the book, there's a commitment page that they're going to sign. And it simply says, during this honest conversation, I am committed to honor, be observant, show kindness, be empathetic, remain sincere, and lastly, strive to be teachable. And you will sign it, or the person you're talking to will sign it. And the goal is that every single person in that party in that conversation is going to read this book. So there is a mutual understanding and agreement, right? And then there's a place to capture your thoughts. In the journal, is a place of introspection. This is for you when the conversation's over, because I don't want this to simply be a pat on the back, some performative thing, right? Or I did my good deed for the day. But no, we're on a mission to change the world. We're on the mission to ensure that ignorance stops with our generation, that our children don't have to fight these battles because we continue to sit down, be silent, and shut up. But no, we're gonna experience the world in a real way. So, honest conversation. Have this journal, and again, is what is the name of the person you met with? What are some interesting facts about them that stands out to you? And then I have some further conversations about in what areas have you gained empathy, compassion, understanding regarding their lived experience. Is there anything that challenged your mindset and way of thinking? So, and then there's areas for you to write these questions down, and the goal is that you fill this whole entire journal up because there's multiple entry points. Because I want to encourage you to have multiple conversations, and so that's honest conversations in the nutshell. That is tier one, right? I have multiple tiers of one of what I'm dreaming for, but man, why it's been so hard for people to talk to each other. Again, I'm not even saying having honest conversations to talk with someone whose mind you're trying to sway. I'm talking about having honest conversation with someone that you're just trying to get to know. Who people groups, diverse backgrounds, lifestyles, creeds, religions. Whether they're black or they're white, or they're Hispanic or Latino, whether they're indigenous to the land, right? What do you know? Because one thing that I got tired of hearing during the Black Lives Matter protests, as people were being challenged with these real conversations, I got tired of hearing people say, "Oh, well, I have black friends." No, you have the code switching avatar that they had to utilize to survive that environment. But do you really know who Tyrone is? And do you have psychological safety so there can be a dialogue where Tyrone can feel like he can even be himself? And so, man, that is my heart. And so I'm looking for 1,000 people to help me with these grassroots movement, to help me be a part of the wave of these honest conversations. So what it takes, again, I know this is going to sound very self-serving, but what it's going to take is buying a book, okay? And every single person that is going to be in the conversation needs to purchase the book for themselves. And they need to actually read it before the conversation goes. Both parties need to read it, okay? And then I would love for you to pick up the journal as well. But this is where it starts, okay? That's goal one. Goal two is that eventually I want to have these honest conversation days that I do all across the nation, different communities, where we're gonna go to various different kind of restaurants and a different kind of we're gonna go to a Jamaican restaurant or a Puerto Rican restaurant. We're gonna go to a Mexican restaurant. We're gonna go to a German restaurant. We're gonna all these different places, mom and pop stores. We're gonna give them business. We're gonna experience cultural ethnic food as we have these engaging conversations. I mean, that's tier two, and there's so much more I want to do. But let me tell you, if we're gonna see healing in America, we need to start seeing people as people. And all these conversations about change and justice and transformation, it is going in one ear and out the other for so many people. Why? Because for many people, they don't even see people as people. Okay. And so I am even trying to change people's minds. I'm trying to find the people who already gives a crap. I'm sorry, who already cares. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Who already cares and that wants to start a movement of compassion, of love, of excitement, of the celebration of diversity. So last, I'm gonna leave you with this. I'm gonna read you the back of the book. Honest Conversation is a book that will help the reader better grasp the art of communication. We live in an amazing world with so much diversity, which should be celebrated rather than tolerated. Our differences, cultures, experiences, lifestyles, and more as individuals should be explored and shared without the risk of feeling misunderstood due to a lack of attempt to understand each other effectively. Whether you want to learn more about someone's culture as you share a meal or have more of an intense conversation about racism and other injustices, this book will give you the tools to help. Honest Conversations is an acronym that lays a blueprint to talk with a mission to understand and not just to win. There is progress from information to inspiration to impartation when two people gather to learn, not just prove. The goal is to understand, not to win. So there we go. Honest conversation. I believe that this framework can help change some lives. I am tired of seeing so much hate being spoken about various different people groups. So many actions and decisions being made that is putting the boot on the neck of various different people groups. But I believe until we can see people as people, and still we can understand the beauty of diversity, and that you know what I mean. And then I feel like we'll be continuing this crazy rat race and this mouse wheel of insanity. But all it takes is from people to stand up. So I'm looking for 1,000 people to help me this grassroots movement, where you will then have to take individual responsibility and opportunity to say, hey, I'm going to look for whether it's your own circle group or whether you branch out from there, but you're going to look for opportunities to have these engaging conversations. Eventually, we're going to host places where we're going to gather stories and celebrate and help. Hopefully, people will get excited to want to know each other. We go to museums to know about cultures that passed, but yet we avoid the beauty of cultures here today. And we have the greatest resource of understanding the beauty of everybody's individuality, their cultures, and their lifestyles from the very people that we work alongside, sit next to, but never really engage and talk to. I want to see a change to that. I'm a Black man. My wife is a first generation immigrant from Mexico. I have mixed kids. We call them the Blaxicans. And so I want my children to go up in a world where they're not being tolerated, but celebrated. And that's not gonna happen by wishful thinking. And I'm tired of begging the Christian community to care. I'm looking for good people with good hearts. Be trying to do a good thing. So if you're interested, reach out to me. I will be putting these books right there on our website, and then you can pick up your copies from there. If money really is a problem, hit me up, please, and I'll see what I can do and help you out. But if you have $20 to spare, please. There's a lot of attention I'm gonna have to do with this, but I'm gonna tell you, I need to take care of my family in the same way. You get it. So, anyways, I have them in English, the journal in English, both in English, and I also have them all currently in Spanish. It's currently being translated in Creole, and soon I want to do Mandarin and all different languages. So thank you so much for watching this long video. And if you have any questions, you can feel free to message me. Also, there is a podcast that I was on called Gravity Commons, where I talk about this podcast that was actually released the last election. It gives you it's about a 30-minute conversation. You need to fast forward about 8 minutes in. Then my actual podcast and conversation gets started. But make sure I put that Spotify link, in the description of this YouTube video. So, anyways, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for helping me be a part of helping me change the world together and helping us start this honest conversation grassroots movement. Holla at y'all later. Peace out.